Israel's risky Lebanon gamble spectacularly backfires as Hezbollah's relentless drones wreak unprecedented havoc across northern border. With Iran keeping US forces fully occupied elsewhere, IDF finds itself dangerously isolated against Hezbollah's massive drone arsenal. IDF intercepts numerous drones but utterly fails to halt dangerous escalation as border tensions spiral into open conflict. Israeli airstrikes provoke massive fresh drone wave from Lebanon, brutally exposing IDF's critical defensive limitations. Hezbollah's unyielding drone pressure forces Israel into defensive crouch along vulnerable northern front lines. Is Netanyahu sabotaging yet another fragile truce as IDF's repeated shelling draws international condemnation? Tensions along the Israel-Lebanon frontier have once again risen as both sides exchanged cross-border strikes amid a fragile ceasefire. The Israeli Defense Forces said it intercepted a drone launched from Lebanese territory, believed to have been fired by Hezbollah. The suspicious aerial target triggered sirens in the border community of Yiron on May 4, prompting residents to take shelter. The drone was shot down by the IDF before it could cross into Israeli territory, according to the Times of Israel. In a separate incident, the IDF attempted to intercept 2 drones operating over southern Lebanon on the same day. These interceptions took place in areas where Israeli troops are currently deployed, close to the immediate border zone. The IDF is reportedly also preparing for a possible escalation in Lebanon, expanding planning and readiness. However, a restraining factor so far has been diplomatic pressure from the United States on Israel's military moves. On the ground, hostilities have intensified through a series of artillery exchanges along the border. Lebanon's national news agency reported Israeli artillery struck the southern town of Haris in recent shelling. Earlier, the town of Mansouri was also shelled, as reported by Al Jazeera on May 4. The attack on Mansouri reportedly originated from an Israeli tank position based in the Al-Bayada area. Explosive first-person view drones have become a prominent threat to Israel Defense Forces units operating in southern Lebanon. Israeli forces have been hit by such drones several times in recent weeks, according to multiple battlefield reports. These incidents have included direct strikes on combat troops and evacuation teams, killing at least one Israeli soldier. Experts say the increasing use of drones is reshaping the battlefield in the north, and Israel currently appears unprepared for this evolving threat. FPV drones can operate at ranges of up to about 15 kilometers from their launch point. They are capable of carrying explosive payloads designed to detonate on impact with targets. They provide a precise, accessible, and relatively inexpensive strike capability compared to traditional munitions. The drones are controlled through a thin fiber optic cable that runs from the operator to the aircraft. This cable transmits control commands and live video without relying on radio waves or satellite links. Because they do not use radio links, these drones are effectively immune to conventional electronic warfare jamming. Their primary advantage is electronic silence, since they emit no radio signature that air defenses can easily detect. This low signature profile significantly complicates early detection and interception by standard radar and EW systems. Many base platforms can be ordered online as commercial drones and then easily modified and fitted with explosives. The Israeli military describes the FPV drone threat as complex and elusive, and says it is examining a range of possible responses. These responses include deploying optical detection systems, light radar solutions, and improved field alert mechanisms for frontline forces. At present, there is no Iron Dome equivalent specifically designed for drones that can provide effective, widespread protection to ground units. Israeli military officials say that the supply chain of explosive FPV drones used by Hezbollah should be identified and targeted. They add that striking these supply networks, along with other Hezbollah military assets, would help deter future drone attacks. This escalation comes as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to convene a meeting on May 4 to discuss the situation in Iran and the possibility of resuming large-scale war.
Israel is stronger than ever, and Israel must always be much stronger than our enemies. Therefore, I advocate 2 principles of strengthening and independence. In relation to strengthening, we are acquiring 2 squadrons of new F-35 and F-15IA aircraft. These aircraft strengthen Israeli air superiority, a superiority that has also been proven in the Dog Nation and now in the Battle of Harry. Our pilots can reach anywhere in the skies of Iran, and they are ready to do so if required. We have great planes. We have great pilots. In relation to independence, there is no harm in investing in self-production capacity of armaments. In the coming decade, we will add 350 billion shekels to the defense budget, and this is to produce these armaments in Israel and not be dependent on foreign countries. At the same time, a groundbreaking pilot produced by Blue and White. This will change the whole picture. As for drones, a few weeks ago I announced the establishment of a special project to thwart the drone threat, and today I will be presented with a progress report on the subject. It will take time, but we will continue to ensure Israel's supremacy in all arenas.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.